My mom literally at one point, I think, told my dad, she's like, if I'm not eating vegetables, why would I make my kids eat vegetables?
I never knew that's where it started. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of because she doesn't like them. She's like, I'm not gonna make my kids eat something I don't want to eat because my mom really cares about me. But hit and a miss maybe with that one. But my sister eats vegetables. So I take a multivitamin every day, so we're good.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome to Keep Me Young. I'm Blake.
And I'm Heather. And we have a special guest this week. Introduce yourself, special guest.
Yes, please, special guest. This is Kyle Ridley. Welcome, Kyle.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely.
So glad to have you here. So give us your little elevator pitch. What do you do, Kyle?
How'd you hear about us? What do you do?
Yeah. I'm a journalist of a little more than 20 years. I started in print journalism, wrote for newspapers and online stuff. And then for about a decade, I was in morning television here in the DC area. So did morning shows at like local ABC, local Fox. So those 3 a.m. wake ups, and then producing an hour-long newscast every day and helped launch some shows. And now I help people get on TV, like some media relations and then consulting work. But I stopped the 3 a.m. wake ups about a year ago, especially after the last election. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Report on this stuff.
Yeah, Congrats. Amen. This is not right now. This is not a country worth getting up at 3 a.m. for. I would completely agree with that.
So, listener, this is the most legitimate person on the podcast today.
By miles.
By miles. by degrees and miles. And so we're so happy to have you. You actually have your finger on the pulse of like pop culture and culture in general. We're very excited.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Very fitting. We attempt to, because this, so Keep Me Young basically was made as an idea of me and my friend Heather to keep ourselves younger as aging millennials in a way to keep us culturally relevant through pop culture, entertainment, video games, media, politics, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of time it's more politics now than it used to be because of, this. So...
I will try to keep you young. Keep in mind, I am older than you significantly.
Nobody could have guessed. And nobody could have guessed. So clearly you're doing great at it. So exactly. I think we can take some pointers from you today, Kyle.
What we have learned is also wisdom keeps us young. So you have that in spades over us.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Absolutely. Blake, would you like to take it away with our first Keep Me Young?
I would love to. Mine is pretty generic, I suppose, and we've brought it up before, but he just keeps proving himself time and time again. Keeping me young this week is none other than New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani. He just brings it to you every ball. I adore him. Yeah. He is the icing on the cake this week was when let me read it in correct wording so I don't under no uncertain terms, we know what he is doing for New Yorkers, which is Zoran Mamdani shares that public libraries in New York City are offering free ebook access to Heated Rivalry for those with library cards during the snowstorm.
Excuse me?
You're excused. Literally,
that's my president.
That's my president. My mom literally the other day was like, "Why was he not born here? Why can't he just be in like a president for us?"
That's very sad.
I don't know. I do not believe that he was, and that makes me sad. So yeah, no, he's doing that, and that once again is what would we say? Is that fifth, sixth time we've mentioned Heated Rivalry inadvertently in this podcast, I would say.
Perhaps in a row. Yeah.
Kyle,
have you watched?
Probably.
And how many times have you watched?
Yeah, and I would think that's keeping a lot of us young. Mm-hmm. I think every generation, it's sort of it's a big phenomenon. We haven't seen this outpouring of support for a show ever in this type of genre.
Right.
So I'm hoping that will change things in Hollywood because it is a Canadian show that HBO bought because a lot of American studios just won't make this type of stuff. So maybe this will push them and say, hey, audiences are ready for this and they want to see this stuff. So
absolutely,
place a bet on it, and place a bet on, unknown actors, because they're brilliant.
Exactly.
Oh my God, yes, bring back unknown actors. I completely agree. I've been thinking this. I'm like, it's just, I want to like fully envelop into a character sometimes, and I know that's like a one-off thing you get to do with a hit smash hit, because after that the actors are like well known. But man, it's just like, it's like landing in a bottle.
Canada's doing great things. America has not yet caught on that Canada is knows the code, knows the combination to get Americans watching TV, and America has yet to figure out what that is.
Right, absolutely. And Zoran's on the pulse. He's like, I'm gonna at least give y'all a chance to figure it out if you're queer. So good for him.
Love it. Kyle, would you like to go? I can go.
What is keeping me young this week?
Yes.
Or in general. So, I mean, this is almost a good example. This could almost go both ways, but like having to join Discord after hearing about Discord for years, joining for this podcast, I'm like, isn't this like a gaming thing? I was like, what is this? So getting to learn that is keeping me young, because I only joined TikTok about a year ago. And that's been a big learning curve to see the different dark holes that you can fall into with the algorithm and trying to retrain that. So that's trying to keep me young. Yeah. Starting my podcast last year, also just having to learn the editing and social media aspects, because I've always been pretty low key, just my own little photos and family, and now doing it as a business is trying to keep me young.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
The social media like grind is it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. I will say, like, I mean, it's there's cushy aspects to it, but man, it's like Discord. I completely agree. I was just telling Kyle right before this, Heather and I use Discord to call when we do these recordings, and it's so difficult. Like, there's something about Discord that like everybody else is obsessed with it, and like I get it on a technological aspect for us, because it's the only way that Heather and I can do a call while also recording with the exact same mic, because for some reason it doesn't work well over like Facebook call or FaceTime or anything like that.
And there's really not a lag hardly at all.
No, which is really lovely. But at the same time, Discord, it's like a degree in itself if you learn how to maneuver Discord. I completely agree, Kyle. It's exhausting. There's like all these extra little steps for everything just for the sake of being a little different. And I don't understand it.
You know what?
It's keeping you young, hopefully.
Yeah,
you're on the
a little. Like but then you meet your average Discord aficionado, and you're like, oh, maybe I don't want to be that young.
That, right? Like the people who you're trying to keep up with. But I've done 2 like classical music gigs where the meeting place was Discord, not WhatsApp, not any of the other. It's Discord, and we don't use the call function, but they're like, it's just for the like the rooms. I'm not even sure what they're called. The like discussion breakout rooms. And that is how we kept in touch with people. And like this ongoing gig is like a very large ensemble. And that's just how they keep in touch. It's how they like advertise auditions. It's how people like ask for, I need a sub for like this gig that I'm doing. And that is how like people in their 50s and 60s keep in touch too. So it's got all of us.
How beautiful. But also on keeping you young with that, Kyle, you said you started up a podcast. How's that been? How's that whole journey been? Tell us a little bit about podcast.
Yeah, it's been fun. So I started last June after leaving TV in April. So I was producing a morning live show for about a decade, and prepping these anchors to interview all these people that I was booking. I think I booked over 15,000 segments in 10 years, because we would have to book like 4 or 5 guests a show.
Wow.
And then sometimes we did multiple shows a day. And then these are 3 to 4 minute interviews. So prepping these anchors for these short interviews. And I love these guests having to share their stories. And so I was like, I want to get into the underbelly and do long form discussions and get in. It's called The Tangle is my podcast. So we get into the highs and lows. We're tangled in the deep and the shallow of life. And it's a celebrity interview podcast. So a lot of it just comes from working in the industry for so long that I think people just know that I'm legit. So it's been fun to get to pick people's brains. And I'm a 90s kid. So if you ever watch The Real World, like I had Danny Roberts from The Real World New Orleans on. And Dustin Lance Black, who screenwriter for Milk. A lot of LGBTQ advocates, a lot of comedians. This week I had... I had Candace on from The Traders, which is like a big show right now.
I love The Traders.
We're familiar with The Traders. Wow.
Yeah. Well, also, I live in the DC area, and working in TV, like all the Potomac Housewives would always come on my morning shows, because where they live local, so they had to do press. So I worked with Ashley Darby for a couple of years, and I worked with Stacey Rush. I think I was the first person to put Stacey Rush on TV from Real Housewives of Potomac. So it's been fun. Last week I had Tiffany on, so we go all the way back to the 80s. We cover all genres. And next week I have Caroline Ray on from Sabrina and the Teenage Witch. If you ever watched that in the 90s, it's a fun show. But yeah, it's multi-generational because I love a lot of older things as well.
Amazing.
My mind is blown. And also that brings me to such an important question, because I have always wondered that, like what you were talking about, whenever like shows have like 4 guests on a day, every day, like Jimmy Fallon's show or Jimmy Kimmel or things like that. Like how, what does a day in your life look like when you're trying to organize so many people onto a show? Because that sounds like so much juggling, so many calls. Like for every person you get on a show, how many people like do you have to go through to get
that's a great
even
question.
just like one?
Hundreds, probably 100 a day at least.
Whoa.
And so maybe 500-600 emails a week. And most of them are no's. The one thing I always try to do is respond to each. So at least say, sorry, we're going to pass, but please keep in touch. Because most people just, filter them. They're inundated. They just delete them. But it's a grind, but you get into a rhythm. But as far as the guest goes, it's maintaining touch with them for weeks or months before they're booked and getting all their talking points, their rundown biography, and then sort of condensing it into this document for the anchors, because they're so inundated as well. They're on live TV for sometimes 4 or 5 hours a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Not all anchors are prepping, like researching, watching the movies, know everything. A lot of times, sometimes you give them their cue card and like the 5 questions, like just give me this, I can wing it. So we're actually the most researched on the guests.
Definitely.
And so now it's nice to be able to actually speak with them one-on-one on my show rather than tossing it to an anchor.
Yeah. I have a question in terms of like the sort of position of power that a booking agent is, and like how also being like a queer voice in that space, which is not necessarily in the majority. Like, did you feel any sense of like, oh, I need to keep a certain proportion of like people that are maybe more mainstream and people that are like not as mainstream, or people that like I can give them a hand or like a leg up or something? Did you ever feel like, oh, I have the power to like put somebody on TV and like make, I don't know, give them advantages in their career?
Yeah, I always try to do that, especially because a lot of the local community members, they don't really have a voice. And that's one gift for local TV, that you can give people a platform. So reading throughout all the pitches, that would always be in my mind. So diversity and particularly LGBTQ issues. Whenever there's something in the news that's negative, or something, the hardships that we're going through or a minority is going through, I always would try to book people to share their stories. Of course, you have to be balanced on TV.
Sure.
But I would always make sure we're swinging both directions. If we're reporting on something that Trump did, we have the other side and we have commentary on both.
Right.
And then I think as far as the booking the guests goes, we can just see the state of the world, what we're in and what voices are being silenced right now. So making an effort to bring those to the surface, even if it's just a lighthearted, making cocktails. This is a business owner, a diverse business owner, a queer business owner that we're showcasing. It doesn't have to be political, but they need a platform, and I was happy to give that to them.
Yeah. Sure. Now that you have your own podcast, do you feel like it's easier or harder to book people? Because now it's like just the people that you want to talk to. There's not necessarily like as many gatekeepers. Like it's just you booking people that you can be interested in.
So I have a dream list that I made when I created it. I've gotten like a handful of those, but there's dozens and dozens and dozens of people that I want to interview that I'll keep my hopes out. So yeah, I'm just trying to get back out there this year, because I've always been behind the camera. I never did TV segments. I wasn't an on-air producer. So this is the first year. Last year I didn't do it at all, but like trying to get on other people's podcasts. And I even did a couple local TV segments, because I'm actually pretty introverted. So trying to share more of myself. And sometimes it takes 41 years to be comfortable and confident to share your story, but that's where I'm at now.
Amen.
That is the truth. We get we will get to the segment later, but we get questions from people who are maybe like 19, 20, 21 saying like, when am I going to know what life is about? I'm like, oh, no time soon. Maybe never.
You won't.
No,
Takes a
you're always
while.
figuring it out, and you're always recalibrating, and
Yeah.
you're going to have a lot of new beginnings as well.
Totally.
Exactly. Heather, what's keeping you young?
What's keeping me young is, okay, we all know what's happening in Minnesota. It's very depressing. It's very overwhelming. It's very scary. What is keeping me young is Blake and I have a friend who is actually in Minneapolis right now who has been updating me on all of the advocacy and like activism, and specifically the movement to sing in a choir, which sounds so, I don't know. I have sung in choir since I was 5 and like have done music almost my whole life. And sometimes I get in the mindset of like, what is this even doing? Like, what is this for? Nobody cares. This isn't changing the world. But that is part of the movement. That's, you feel like a human when you gather in community and making music together. And like, you don't need an instrument. If you're all singing together, you can teach people a song really easily. And it seemed like that's what was happening. Like little songs by rote that just like hundreds and hundreds of people in this big space were all singing. And that is keeping me young. It's keeping me hopeful. It's keeping me grounded, and a reminder to myself too, to like get off my phone and like go sing, go make music, go dance.
Which artists or are there musicians that you tend to turn to when you need a little boost or hope?
Oh, great question.
Or to make you feel young?
Yeah, what is everyone's soundtrack right now? Honestly, Vampire Weekend is always my go-to to like feel like it's 2010 again, and like things are simpler. I'm on a beach. I'm like wearing an infinity scarf. Vampire Weekend. What about y'all?
Totally. I've been listening to a lot more Sufjan lately, Sufjan Stevens, because it's just very, very few years ago hopecore kind of music as well. Like it's sad, but in a way where like I'm going to grow from it. Like there's an after, and that's kind of what I like about his music. It feels desolate in a way where you'll grow from it.
Oh my God, that's such a good way of saying that. Is it his latest album?
No, it's the old stuff. It's like, Mystery of Love. It's like, I recently started listening to, what is it? Fetal Devices more. I was like, oh, I love that song. It's been a good time. Speaking of hope and joy, who is that, Kyle?
Oh, my little boy. I have 3 rescue dogs, but I have Ollie. He always ends up wanting to be in my lap when I do a podcast, but he just was clawing at my,
Hi,
he's a good boy. He's my youngest.
Oh my gosh. 3 rescue dogs.
What's his name?
Ollie.
Oh my gosh.
Do they all get
sweet.
along? Do they all like each other?
Yeah, and I board dogs because I have a nice big yard. So sometimes I have like a house full of 5 or 6 dogs. So it's a nice furball house.
What a dream!
That's so sweet.
Wow, that's incredible.
Oh my gosh.
What's your soundtrack? What's your hopeful soundtrack, Kyle?
So, I mean, my favorite for 30 years now has been Alanis Morissette. And I just saw her in November. I went to Vegas to see her. And I mean, I have some tattoos of her, but every one of her albums, I can find hope. And I can also just see my 30 years of life in me. So I can take it back all the way to elementary school to now. So she's always hopeful. And then anyone more current, I'm loving. I do love Florence and the Machine.
Totally.
I don't know if you guys do, but I do appreciate Taylor Swift's songwriting. I love a lyricist. I'm a big lyricist person.
Absolutely.
Sarah Bareilles is also female singer-songwriters have always been my jam.
Yeah,
totally,
definitely. Amazing.
If you've seen the Lilith Fair documentary, that whole documentary is full of hope. It's beautiful.
Ooh, no, I haven't. I'll watch it. Oh man. All right. Well, let's take a turn into.
Take a turn.
What's aging us? Mine's a
I
little
will
lighter.
Start with aging, if that's okay, just because it connects to yours well, Heather.
Go for it.
So mine is the same. It's the ice in Minnesota. It's the
continues to be.
Yeah, it's Alex Preddy. It just like we recorded like right before that last week, and so we didn't get to talk about that. So I just wanted to say like for a moment, just like everybody in Minnesota, we're thinking of you, Alex Preddy family, anybody involved. Like it's tragic. It's awful. It makes me so sad, and it makes me very miserable. The only turnaround of that is that I'm starting to see so much bite back. And I think that is going to maybe lead to that woke 2.0 that I've been hoping for very heavily. I'm seeing signs of it, but we will see. There's always a light at the end, even though it's really bleak sometimes. So that's where I'm at, is just holding on to the fact that I'm starting to see people get borderline fired. I'm starting to see a bunch of scapegoats get thrown in there of people I don't like, which makes me very happy. So we will see. I'm wishing Kristi Noem a lifetime of unemployment, and I can't wait.
Incredible. Yeah.
Kyle, what's aging you?
All of us. It's aging it's aging everyone. In turn, social media is aging me, not just the depressing news, because even if you get that all out of your algorithm, keeping up with every new platform and every new tool that you can use. And now there's Meta AI, and it's like, what else do I have to do? I can't just clip and put it up there. Now I have to make it. I'm still learning, because I know it's what the world is coming to, but it also rattles my brain and makes me feel quite old.
We were just talking about AI last week, and how I am seeing, I'm hoping there's going to be a balance at some point, because right now, I work, I have a computer science degree. My day job is as, technically software engineer, but it's kind of transitioning more to marketing stuff. But I work in the tech sector of our company a lot. And I see a lot of the behind the curtain side of it. And honestly, every company is just pushing AI into something just because it's what stakeholders are like. They see the name and they're like, ooh, I'm going to throw money at that. So I'm hoping that's like a little trend that goes away soon enough, of AI being in everything. But I can see some of its purposes for some things. But overall, I'm just like, I need y'all to stop pretending that I need AI in my fridge,
Yeah. Mine is somewhat related. And that is my friend who I'm staying with told me she doesn't listen to the podcast. So we'll just bank on that always being true. And I'm going to say COVID kids are aging me. Kids who had to be inside, and as a result are inside video game screen kids. It is crazy. It's really crazy. And even when these kids is twin boys, so lots of energy, you would think, but even when they're playing with each other, they're acting out video games. Every conversation they have is about video games. We were coloring last night, and the coloring book pages were video games. And I don't know what's gonna. I feel like that's a trend across this age range, elementary, middle school aged kids, is we don't have just kids playing in the dirt, which is maybe an old person thing for me to say. Maybe we haven't had kids playing in the dirt for a really long time, but it's very apparent with elementary aged, and just sort of they are very emotionally intelligent. My friend is a wonderful, amazing mom, and was teaching them about emotional manipulation last night. It was hilarious. She was like, okay, if I say this, what do you say? I don't respond to emotional manipulation. So they're very smart. They're not dumb brain rot kids. And also it's just, I think, a result of, 3-4 years of COVID, being the bulk of their childhood. That's over half of their life now. And
right.
You can really tell. And I don't know how to hang. I don't know. You guys don't want to go play in the snow? What do you mean? But that's
crazy. Yeah. No, Roblox and Fortnite have both really done a number on younger people. I feel we have Dress to Impress for the girlies. We have Fortnite itself, Fortnite proper, if you will, for the gamer guys that now can do their voice chats and stuff. I mean, I guess we had it back in the day because we had Call of Duty lobbies turning everybody we know into sociopaths in high school.
Right. But, I'm trying to think this has always existed, and maybe it's not that bad. And maybe I just don't know. It's
getting more advanced, though.
I think that's part of it.
The games, especially with AI, it's almost these are my friends.
Exactly.
Right.
Ooh, yes. I want to talk to.
And the fact that you can play them really solo. The fact that you can just hold it in your hands and play it solo, and it's not as much of a group activity, sharing it on a TV. I think that makes a big difference too. And it's just, it really is let me tell you about what just happened in the game. Let me tell you about my friend Mario.
In turn makes them much less social. But I mean, I'm even struggling with it, not from an AI perspective, but I have phone phobia now. I don't I don't even listen to my voicemails, let alone will I ever answer a call. And it's like, we used to not be able to text. And now it's like, why are you calling me? Who died?
Right.
Yep.
I wish I could. I probably need to just force myself to get over it because I don't like that quality, but also it's weird to talk now.
I understand. If I get a number that's not saved on my phone that calls me, I have the most disgusting face towards my phone and I just like move it away. I cannot get myself to do it.
Yeah.
When I was in like college and first working after college, I had like long driving commutes. And so I would be calling my friends like all the time. And I'm just sort of bullying my friends into being okay with long phone calls again. So happy to call you and bully you into a phone call too, Kyle.
We'll try it. Yeah, we'll try it.
I have like one friend who will cold call me still, and I actually genuinely appreciate it. So I don't know why I think in my brain that like if I did it, my friends would absolutely hate it. Because to me, it actually is nice when somebody I know cold calls me. It's like getting like invited at the last second to like a hangout or something that you didn't plan, but like but you're free and it works out. Like it feels like that. It's like, oh my God, we're hanging out now, and I didn't even think that was going to happen today. Great surprise. But I can't get myself to do that to somebody else for some reason.
Sure.
I need to retrain my brain then, because my first thought is something is wrong if I see someone cold calling me.
Fair enough.
Have you ever do like cold FaceTiming? That's terrifying. I had to turn my FaceTime off.
I don't think
that's when I know somebody died.
My mom does that. My mom has done that. My dad has done that. And I've done that with people that I've dated. I get pretty no boundaries in terms of communication. But yeah, probably not with friends. A cold face. I would get excited though, probably, depending on the person.
Okay. See, that's good though. I'll just try to retrain because mine just doesn't work that way. But
it's okay.
If I'm excited. We should think of it as exciting. And then if it is bad news, then that's their fault because they should know better.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Text for bad news, call for good news. That's my platform for presidency. And that's my only talking point.
And I'm a single issue voter, and that is my issue. So you got my vote, Heather.
Right. You should put actually, you should put bad news in writing. This is something that I have started doing more in my life, is like put bad news in writing so that people have more time to react to it. And then when you talk in person, like they've had time to process it and you can like talk as real people, so that when you talk, it's only, when everyone's like regulated and okay. But if there is bad news, put it in writing. Give me a second. My God.
On the opposite side of that, do y'all remember when that, what was it? It was during COVID, I think, where that like that copy paste text that you could use to a friend to send back if they're like saying something, and like people would take advantage of this and they used it all the time. It was like, hey, I hear you. I'm just not in an emotional space right now to be able to respond to you or something like that. Oh my God, let me find it. This is it. Hey, I'm so glad literally they would say copy this text and then send it back to your friend. And everyone just did that. They didn't like personalize it at all. They would just like send it back to their friend, and it became this giant meme where they would start doing it as a joke.
Oh, wow,
but at first it was serious. Like it only can become a meme if it's been used seriously first. And it literally verbatim is, hey, I'm so glad you reached out. I'm actually at capacity / helping someone else who's in crisis / dealing with some personal stuff right now. And I don't think I can hold appropriate space for you. Could we connect brackets later date or time instead / do you have someone else you could reach out to?
Woof.
And it meant well, but when you send it as like a fill in the blank, and someone's just basically sending the fill in the blank to you, and you can tell, you're like, oh, okay, they hate me. Great.
Got it. Cool. I missed that trend during COVID. That did not make its way to my desk, unfortunately. Did you ever receive that, or did you ever send it, or you just saw it as a meme?
I only saw it as memes, but I definitely heard of stories where people used it seriously.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Kyle, question for you. Being that you are our first guest and we are open to having more guests, if you could give us a piece of advice, like what is your first question that you ask to get people like in the zone and like comfortable or like ready to be open?
One thing I always ask is, how are you maintaining hope in these heavy times? And their responses can help lift me up. And then the other thing I ask everyone on my podcast, which I can ask both of you, is what you're currently tangled in that you're loving, whether you're immersing yourself, binge reading, or just like an activity that you're loving every day. And then what's something that is frustrating that you need to get untangled from right now?
Ooh, love this angle. I would say I am tangled in being more honest and accepting about like where I'm from and how I grew up, and kind of interrogating that more, because I grew up in South Carolina, which is like not known for its education. I'm not like old money South Carolina in the way that a lot of people that I like went to church with are. I went to public school, blah, blah, blah. I was able to go to the Northeast for school because my dad taught at a school that could like trade tuition. And like kind of all of a sudden I was like, whoa, wealth, like Northeastern wealth. This is totally different. And like, I need to assimilate. I need to make sure people don't think I'm like a hillbilly from South Carolina who came from like divorced parents, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so kind of like undoing that like play acting of like someone somewhat recently, like a few years ago, was like, oh, I thought you were like from Connecticut and went to Bard College, which is like this tiny liberal arts school where it's like mostly rich kids went there. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's on purpose. I like made people think that. As it turns out, like I lost my accent. I like don't talk about where I'm from. I don't talk about family life. Dang, like that helped, I guess. It helped me get out of the South, which I needed to do. But now I'm coming back around to like, all right, what are the things that did help me? What are the things that I am proud of? Like how, I don't know, how can I be more authentic while also not living in the South anymore? And like being out of the closet, and like, how can I hold both of those things at the same time? So I guess that's kind of both.
It takes time.
Tangled and getting.
And we hear all the time when we're younger, oh, you hit an age where you just don't give a shit what people think anymore. Yeah. And I think it starts to happen in your later 30s. And I'm in my early 40s now. And it is true, but it takes a few decades to get that confidence and also understanding and I think empathy with your surroundings of your upbringing, and not feeling shamed or silencing those, because they all made you who you are today. And once you're confident with where you are, then it's like, yeah, I grew up this way and this is who I am. And none of that defines me. It just helped shape me. It may not be who I am today, but there's nothing to be proud of. Or like downplaying family members or like blue collar jobs. I used to do that. Like, oh, my stepdad did this, or odd jobs. It's like people... Who's going to judge you? And if they are, those aren't the people that you really want to invest in anyway.
That's the thing.
What about you, Blake?
Yeah, it's kind of one and the same right now. It's like a lot of my spare time is taken up by my YouTube channel and getting all of that stuff put together and streaming and all that. So right now I'm trying something that's kind of combining it all into one a little bit for this next like video that I'm doing. So I'm really enveloped in that. The Valentine's Day is coming up, and not specifically for that, but I figure kind of 'tis the season. I'm doing this kind of like crawl through, looking for the worst dating simulator. And so I played like 20 different dating simulators on my stream and then recorded all that. And then now I'm doing like a recounting of the Odyssey basically for my YouTube video, where like I narrate it and then I like show bits of it as an example for like the visual appeal of it and stuff. But I figure it promotes the stream and stuff like that. At the same time, I just had a lot of fun with it. It's something new. I'm trying to like take a little bit more risks creatively this year than my typical standard formats. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited. There's been some really funny stuff. So that's what I'm like really diving into, at least this week. I think it'll be up by the time this episode's up also. But and then
I'll have to check it out. Maybe that will keep me young, because that sounds so over my head. Simulators
same.
What?
Definitely.
It certainly made me feel older, because there was like people were like, you have to play this game. It's amazing. And literally it's a dating simulator where you play as a reincarnated like zombie person, but has a typewriter as a head, and everybody in this world has like phones as heads, but it's not really that pertinent to the story. And then the rest of it's just like very unhinged dialogue. They're like, it's my favorite one. And to their credit, I was into the story by the end of it. It makes absolutely no sense. And it's like very unhinged. Like I think like the purpose of the character was to like go, like they need to get into the fair because they have to lay their eggs or something, because you're like this like
what are you saying?
I'm not joking. That's not even the weirdest one of these 20. There's some weird ass dating simulators out there, and people are so into them. But like, there's parts where I'm like, you know what? Yes, and I'm into the narrative. I'm into the journey, the hero's journey, even though the goal is a little unsettling sometimes to think about. And so it's been opening my mind, I suppose. I am more in tune with the youth in that capacity, I suppose.
Definitely.
But it's been fun. There's some good ones. There's some terrible ones. There's like one that was like I'll spoil it here because it's already out on the YouTube channel by this point. But like the worst one, in my opinion, I found out as I was searching, I was looking for more weird to be the worst one. But it turns out I think the biggest sin in my brain is boredom, because the worst one was Grand Old Academy, where you date various members of the Republican Party. And it's like supposed to be making fun of them.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, yeah.
What?
You go to a school where like all the big names in the Republican Party are members of the school, and you're like roommates with Megyn Kelly. Like you get introduced to the like dorm by Marco Rubio. Funny in theory, because they definitely meant to be satirical. But the problem was there were maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe it's on me, but they were not being in your face enough about the jokes about them. If they were trying so hard to be so subtle and satirical that it almost humanizes these really bad people. And I'm just like, by the end of it, I wasn't thinking that Megyn Kelly is a horrible person. I was thinking Megyn Kelly is fucking boring. And so I was like, I think this is dangerous, actually. So that like, I was like, I'm not a fan. But, so yeah, that was, I've been finding myself both youthfulized and ageified by these games,
and very tangled. It sounds like.
Yeah, my brain's broken.
I have no idea what you just said.
It's a lot to take in. It is a lot to take in, but there's some fun ones too. There's like one where you're trying to help a cat become president, so that's a cute one. But there's it's a world out there. It's a whole world out there. But I cannot recommend enough.
I value our friendship so much, and also it's moments like these that I'm like, damn, we are so different.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we get comments all the time. It's like, I can't believe that Heather and Blake are friends.
Against all odds. Like only opera could have brought us together. But even that was like against all odds.
We have the same energy, just presented with different words, I would say.
It's
true. I think that's all it comes down to. But
right.
But yeah, and then the tangling is kind of the same thing, where I need to kind of teach myself to say no to certain things now, because like I've had different opportunities pop up for like social media and for different extra like things on top of it. And so like while I'm doing this video, I have all these extra bits that need something like all the time right now, because I think I just like get approached with stuff now that like the YouTube has picked up a little bit more, and the stream has picked up a little bit more, and I still have that opera singer scarcity mentality of like these opportunities aren't going to come again, so you need to say yes to everything. And like for a while that worked, but now it's starting to become like very overwhelming, I think, because like the second this video is done, I need to do like 2 other projects like over the weekend, because I just haven't had time to do them while I'm doing this. And so that's kind of the biggest thing, and I'm sure you understand that, Kyle, in entertainment, that like you can't say yes to everything, otherwise you'll jump off a cliff, probably.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially with podcasts, starting to guest on podcasts, it's like, it's so saturated. There's 4 million podcasts. How do you choose which ones? And, and most don't really have listens. So I'm excited to be here with you guys, though.
Thank you for choosing us. We really appreciate it.
What are you all tangled up in these days?
I mean, lately it's been snow. I'm a big movie guy, so like I'm a big list person too. So I keep a list probably since 2005. So for more than 20 years now, I've kept a list of every movie I've ever seen, just because I like to keep. And I stopped collecting movies, but like this whole background is movie CDs, books.
Wow.
And I also keep a list of like TV shows I'm watching. But since I've been snowed in for several days, I watched like One Battle After Another. I watched Begonia.
Ooh, I want to see Begonia.
Twinless. I watched Caught Stealing. And then I've also binge watching shows. Of course, Heated Rivalry, I was immersed in. I will say something that's not keeping me young is the Grammy nominees that came out recently. I used to be so into the Grammys, and I was like, who are these people? I like hardly know any of the best new artists.
I didn't even
so
know
out
that
of
they
the loop with music
announced
nowadays,
them.
and I used to be such a music person.
There is nothing to me more jarring than finding out about an artist and then looking them up on Spotify and seeing they have 50 million monthly listeners.
I know, right?
I'm like, how the hell? Who is Somber? Who is SOMBR Somber? 50 million listeners. And I found out about him right whenever he hit that 50 million mark. And I'm like, who? And I just don't know a single song.
On SNL. SNL keeps having people. I'm like, I don't know this band.
SNL
Absolutely
does the work to like stay on top of music for sure.
Are you guys big concert people? You mentioned opera,
Definitely.
but do you see many other shows?
Oh yeah. I guess that's what I'm always joyfully tangled in, is seeing live music, seeing live theater, seeing like weird experimental shit. I love it.
Yeah, I guess that's kept me young because the last couple concerts I went to, I saw Alanis Morissette in Vegas,
Oh, right.
and she was at Caesars, but like the general pit area, you had to get there early to get front, so I did that.
Oh my God,
I saw
that'd be amazing.
Matt Rogers. He did his annual Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
How is it?
So
I almost bought a ticket to see in LA and then I didn't for
It's
some
so
reason.
good. He's been doing it, I think, since 2018.
I know.
And
Wow.
it's gotten better every year because he has a full band now and he's taken a lot of vocal lessons.
Yes.
So it was so fun. This is my third time seeing him and he just gets better and better each year. I think he takes it seriously though, which is really, really good. Yeah.
I have listened to that album. Is it everything from the album every year? Or there are new songs every year?
Yeah, it's all the songs and then a couple new ones that he's written.
Oh, fun.
He's so funny and smart too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I listen to
Absolutely.
that album every Christmas holiday season. It is so dumb,
funny.
but in such a smart way. I do love it.
And catchy. It's so catchy too. Yeah.
And I bet the audience to that would be really fun too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So fun. Yeah. A lot of comedians keep me young, I think. And podcasts, like his podcast. But I'm also the type that I have to listen to every podcast on 2x speed because I have so many that I listen to now.
Wow.
Fair enough.
I think it's also made me start talking faster too, because I'm like, this is how people talk. Right?
It's helpful
It's the
for
dream.
YouTube. You and Blake
Saves time.
couldn't ever
Saves
be me.
time.
When I edit our podcast and does it double it when you hit L? Blake?
Yeah, when you do the double speed.
But it's not 1.5. It's truly double speed when you hit L.
I think it's double. It's pretty fast.
That is when I sound like an appropriate speed for YouTube. Like I can hear everything. It's like when you listen to an audiobook and you're like, why is this person talking so slow? Oh, it's so that when you speed it up, it'll be like intelligible. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's all the time.
No, there's been people in my comment sections on YouTube where I think when I was first starting out with the long form stuff, because I'd already been doing short form for a while, but when I started with the long form stuff, I had a comment one time that was like, hey, you're doing such a great job at this, but just so you know, you don't have to like put on the whole like fast talking, overly enthusiastic thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I literally like took a step back. I was like, was I genetically built to be a YouTuber? Because that's just me, baby. Sorry.
Yes. If this was communism, like you would have been chosen for YouTube. You would have no choice.
Right.
That would be what you have to pursue.
Oh my God. My favorite bit on Tumblr back in the day used to be when everybody wanted to build the commune. And then it's like, guys, we can't all be the poet at the commune. You understand, right? Like you can't all be the one that makes crocheted butterflies.
But wouldn't that be so nice if everyone did?
Yeah.
No one's making the fire.
It would.
No one's killing the animals to eat. Everyone's just writing poetry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no way.
Absolutely.
No way.
Oh well.
This is so random, but do you guys like Meg Stalter? You guys seem like you would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Love her.
She's hilarious. Yeah. I've watched all of Hacks
out.
and she's amazing in it.
She's so good.
Her comedy is so fun. And if you look at her Instagram, like she does these live feeds that are like hours long where she's playing a character.
I was just thinking about that yesterday, actually.
She's also very outspoken too. She posted a really good post the other day. I mean, it's a political post, but she's talking about how she grew up Christian and has always loved God, but she's never been Republican. And like she wrote this thing that she read out loud and she was crying. Like I loved how genuine she is because she's usually in character. Cool. And I made me love her even more.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was thinking
deep admiration for her commitment to the bit too. Like I don't know. I've never done the full character.
The multi-hour lives in character. It's just I like entertained the thought for 1 minute of like, oh, what if I went on a live and I just like did a show? Like I have a one-person show that I have done a few times and like I want to do another workshop of it. I was like, oh, like that could exist on Instagram Live. Like people workshop material on Instagram Live. I entertained it for 2.5 seconds. It was like, no, not for me. But Meg Stalter does that like regularly. That is wild.
Yeah, that's my favorite type of comedy is like awkward, cringe comedy. Like I love when a comedian can make you feel uncomfortable. I like that.
Definitely. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like people don't lean into that as much anymore. Because like that's the thing with like, I feel like younger generation, like they don't, once again, I feel like the lingo of, or like the motto of millennials is like, I am cringe, but I am free. Like they always, I feel like the idea of being uncomfortable for even a minute is so unsettling to like younger people right now that I'm just like, guys, you got to lean into it because that's where the real world is. It's like, that's where life begins.
I know.
Really do.
Yeah, like shows like Broad City or The Comeback. Like I love that. That's where it used to be.
Absolutely.
So good.
I am in the market. Maybe you can help, Kyle. I'm in the market for like a falling to sleep TV show. And it was Abbott Elementary, which is kind of perfect. It's like neutral. It's not too, you don't miss a lot, but there are jokes, like kind of perfect. I started watching What We Do in the Shadows, but it was like too ooky spooky to like go to bed to. It's so silly, but when the room is dark and like I put my hand over the side of the bed, I was like, vampires. So I need something in the middle. Do you have any recommendations?
Would it be something that you're not invested in though? Because you don't want to, maybe it's something that from your childhood that you're just rewatching because you already know all the episodes and you can easily fall asleep.
Right.
Because if it's something new, don't you want to follow it?
No. Not really. No, I don't mind like watching. I don't mind falling asleep halfway through an episode and then watching the second half the next night. That doesn't bother me. Like I'll eventually make it through the episode. But it could be. I'm not really a rewatcher. I thought about rewatching Abbott and I don't know. When I'm done with a TV show, it would take a lot for me to rewatch it.
I mean, in the same vein of that, like comedy is St. Dennis Medical.
Oh. A comedian I really like writes on that. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a very good point.
I went through a phase and I stopped a few months ago where I was listening to YouTube ASMR videos to fall asleep.
Oh,
now I started making another like sleep music playlist. But so you're the type that likes to fall asleep to the TV on.
It used to be music. I used to have the superpower of being able to fall asleep anytime, anywhere. And the depression has got me. So I have to be distracted. I cannot be left alone with my own thoughts at night. I have to like be drifted off to sleep by something more gentle than what's going on inside my head. And it has been TV recently.
Maybe like a slow drama, like Mad Men might be good, or 6 Feet Under.
Mad Men's a good idea. That would be a rewatch, but it has been many years. That's a really good suggestion.
Right. Like a slow burn show.
But like nice to look at.
That you need to worry about.
Totally. And also like not necessarily crucial that your eyes are open.
Right.
I have very specific needs.
Every year I rewatch My So-Called Life. It's only one season, but from the early 90s. I recommend that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Or Felicity from the late 90s.
Yes,
is a good one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, is Sabrina the Teenage Witch the original Sabrina on streaming? I would watch the shit out of that.
Maybe.
You remember Clarissa Explains It All too?
Go. Maybe Paramount.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah. I'm not getting a Paramount Plus subscription. Sorry, everyone.
It runs so bad too. I don't know why Paramount Plus is the slow. Maybe it's specifically on LG TVs, but oh my God, it runs so.
You do have such a vendetta against Paramount Plus.
I have a vendetta against them. That is like the epitome of terrible like UI design. It's so bad. Anyway.
I did cancel Paramount when they got rid of, or announced that Stephen Colbert is ending. I did.
Of all of them, he's the best one.
I know.
It made me so mad.
He really is. He could be president.
Well, I guess it is time for Depression Meal Monday. So,
Kyle, can we teach you the little jingle?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. It's very easy.
So,
Blake pick the key.
Yep. Yeah, it's just Depression Meal Mondays. And then that's it.
Can we all do it?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah. Well, I'll do it together.
We'll do it together.
Okay. Do you want to do a countdown?
Sure. Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Depression Meal Mondays. Perfect.
That was beautiful.
That was perfect. I loved it.
I love any variants of these that we get, honestly. So
truly.
Heather, how about you start?
I will start with it's a child's leftovers. That's kind of the broad genre of what you eat when you're hanging out with kids. But specifically leftover nachos that were in the fridge that I did not reheat or retoast. So the corn tortillas sort of like turn into grits almost. It's bad. It's bad. It was
a
really
Tex-Mex
bad.
brick.
Yeah, exactly. There are still more. I will be having that for lunch today, and I will put it in the oven because I do love myself. I learned the hard way yesterday. Yeah.
Self-care is a journey. Yeah.
It is. It really is every day. What about you?
For me, it is. I'm just about to have it actually because my mom. I'm still home visiting family, and my mom offered to make it, and so I was like, "Oh, I had to record a podcast, but I'll follow you up on that." It's a variation on a normal meal of like pigs in a blanket that like the little croissant with the cheese and little sausage in it. But because I don't like the sausage, my mom makes me cheese in a blanket, which is just you put cheese in a little rolled up croissant, and it's so good.
This story is maybe all you need to know about Blake, Kyle.
It actually is a very defining
story.
It's so good. It's so good. I have like a Kyle. We didn't get to tell you this, but Depression Meal Monday started as a series that I did on TikTok years ago, like August 2020, that I did for a few years, where I basically made some of my favorite trash meals as like a Food Network minute-long sort of segment, trying to take it like very seriously. And it was just like undoing Lunchables and making a charcuterie board, making a peanut butter sandwich, but making a little pyramid so it doesn't look as tacky. Like it was just all this because I have a very
Dr.
unrefined
Pepper in a stemmed wine glass.
As you should. I was I grew up to have a very unrefined palate because my mom is the exact same. And was like, my mom literally at one point I think told my dad, she's like, if I'm not eating vegetables, why would I make my kids eat vegetables?
I never knew that's where it started. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of because she doesn't like them. She's like, I'm not gonna make my kids eat something I don't want to eat because my mom really cares about me. But hit and miss maybe with that one. But my sister eats vegetables. So I take a multivitamin every day, so we're good.
You're perfect.
Balance.
Oh my God. Care to follow that up, Kyle?
Yeah, I have some leftover from a couple days ago, some turkey chili that I made, but I like it cold, so that might be a little sad. I like a lot of leftovers cold. So it's like got butternut squash and parsnips and beans and turkey and pet tomatoes. So I'll do that. But then I also, which might sound sad and old, is I love grape nuts and I love them hot. So I'll make a bowl of grape nuts with like with milk, and then I'll heat it up with like some vanilla syrup drops on it. And it's just lovely and moist, and it'll do me well the older I get and I don't have teeth. But the grape nuts are very good.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Heat them up.
Nothing makes me think about the 90s like grape nuts. Why is that?
Grape nuts,
why is that a cereal? Oh my God, Snackwells, totally. Why is that a cereal? Why is anyone buying that? I never considered heating it up. That would make it. It's almost like a crunchy oatmeal
almost. Yeah. It's a weird thing. It's just like barley, wheat. It's just crunch. I don't know.
It's
I like
just so crunchy. I never like, my parents would put it in Cheerios, which like maybe was smart on their part, but it never occurred to me that there were healthy things in it. It just was crunch. And why are they called grape nuts? I always thought they were like the pit of the grape. I'm crashing out right now thinking about grape nuts. It's like
I was not raised on it. It's an adult thing I learned because I was just raised on generic like Walmart cereal.
Sure.
Like who knows?
Yeah.
Like we didn't hot dogs and microwavable stuff. So
as every good 90s kid.
But
yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. Incredible.
I'm not a foodie. Anything simple. I'll have a bowl of oatmeal for lunch sometimes. I like picking things and grazing. I don't like to cook. I don't like to worry about it.
Oh, I love grazing. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, we get submissions of the sun, as you can tell, is really like chasing me down for this entire
artsy shot.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
I just keep like moving farther and farther away from the camera. We get submissions of depression meals. This is from Anonymous. Hey, divas. That includes you today, Kyle. I've been thinking about what my true depression meal is since I started watching this podcast, and I finally have one. It's partly an experience, but which we love. But essentially my meal was, Blake, you're going to love this. My meal was 2 dill pickles, some bread with butter and honey on it, and a few white cheddar rice cakes. They don't mix at all. But the depressing part is this is my meal after I got locked out during the huge snowstorm and my neighbor wasn't answering. And then my phone died while I was trying to call the cops. Eventually I got inside, but it was after 2 hours of being outside with my jacket over a cute, absolutely not winter appropriate outfit I was taking pictures in, LOL. So sometimes a depression meal isn't the meal itself necessarily.
It's the environment around it.
It's the environment around it.
Although that meal also depresses me because the different flavors and textures of that makes me want to die. So
yeah, that's a lot.
That's
Speaking of grazing, that's many snacks.
Yeah.
That's not quite a meal.
That's a forager's find.
It's a chaotic meal.
Very chaotic meal. Very chaotic. Yeah. If you take anything from this, don't take pictures in the cold without bringing your jacket with you and your key, I guess.
That's miserable. Oh my God. I did that one time. I locked myself out of my apartment one time. I think my first week of New York when I had just gotten over COVID, I went outside to grab something and I locked myself out of my place in my PJs and I had to go wait for the landlord. But luckily I went upstairs and I had no phone. And so I was like, I'm screwed. And I'm in New York and this is my first week in New York and I'm terrified. And so I had to go up to the 3rd floor. And luckily he was working from home. That one day he was working from home. He let me come inside. We talked for a bit. He was so nice. He called the landlord. They came and unlocked it after 30 minutes. It was a good time. But then welcome to New York.
Good. That New York does you dirty like that. And there's just one day where everything goes wrong. And it's like, are you sure you want to live here? And then if you pass, then you can live there forever.
Then you can stay. Exactly.
You're allowed to stay.
Yeah.
Incredible. What's
when I make it back to New York, I try to go a few times a year. I was there in November. I saw some shows, but I'll try to go at least twice a year.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's great. Have you always been in the DC area?
Yeah, Northern Virginia, DC, Maryland.
Nice.
It's all the DMV.
Yeah.
I spent my whole life here. I spent 2 years in Texas when I was 5 in Houston. And then I spent a semester in Los Angeles in college, interning at NBC and the Dr. Phil show. That was an experience.
Oh, how was that?
Say more.
It was in 2009. It was during the recession. So the whole staff had been cut severely. So they were just running on string. It was an okay experience. It was a heady time. And we never met Dr. Phil. He was very standoffish. So I don't really have much.
I am not shocked in the least. Ooh, I'm not shocked in the least. He always came off as a fake bitch to me. I'm sorry.
Not a fan. No.
Did you ever, were you there when Oprah came on ever? Or,
I wish. That would have been my dream.
No kidding. Oh my God.
Talk about a dream guest, Oprah. Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
I grew up watching her every day after school.
Same.
And Rosie O'Donnell.
Same. They raised me. They absolutely raised me after school every day. Oh my God. Rosie O'Donnell, there's nothing, I guess, Kelly Clarkson is kind of taking the mantle of the Rosie O'Donnell show.
I liked it a lot, although I do think that apparently they're discontinuing the show allegedly after this season or something, which makes me sad. I was like, nothing's sacred. Nothing's sacred.
Over it. I think she wants to just be a mom and go on tour and not be tied to that.
Okay.
She's given
a lot of
commitment. She's won all the awards. I think wants to go back to music, which works
it's a lot of commitment. I mean, even just hearing you talk about the daily work that y'all had to do to get a daily show put together, I can't even imagine. I do a YouTube video every 3 weeks and I still want to pull my hair out sometimes. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Production is a lot.
Yeah.
It is. And shoestring budgets more and more.
Yeah. Also that. Oh my gosh. Oh, well. Well, do we have a Q&A?
We do.
Heather?
We have a continuation of one. This is another part 2. This is from our Irish friend, Lays. Hello, dearest divas. Just heard the latest episode, and as Blake requested, I shall give more details, and for Heather, I shall use punctuation. Thank you so much. For a reminder, this is the recap. Me, 18, and my friend, 19. Met 6 months ago. I like her, but I don't know what to do, and I'm fairly new to dating. This is what I mean, Kyle. That we are sweet babies. They look up to us. We have to help them. We met at a book club a couple of months ago and really hit it off due to similar interests. About 3 months in, I let her know I was questioning, and we agreed to use they, them, and he, him for the writer. We had another friend who we would call Angel, who liked me, but they were arguing, and Angel was talking to me behind my back, so we stopped talking. That's this potential love interest. They would joke about being husband and wife. The husband and wife thing was to make this person jealous, the friend that got lost, but we still do it as a joke. In relation to how I bring love up, it's always after a night out or before a dance. I ask about it and say I can go with her if she has no partner for the dance. And she says, nice one, and laughs. I will provide more info if needed, and mayhaps in the form of a voice memo. But as of now, we are just friends, and I'm terrified of confrontation. So I will wait for more advice. I'm elated that you covered me again. So happy you helped. Light and love always from your biggest Irish friend, Lays. So basically they asked before, like, I have this friend, should I break the friendship barrier? And we were like, hello, we don't know anything about this. Please give us more. I'm not sure I got more context from this. If I'm being honest.
The haha sure thing makes me think maybe put it on the shelf for now.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's hard with crushes, especially younger people with crushes, because you just, I don't know. I feel like people change their mind every other day when they're like 18, who they like think is hot. It's just like, it's very tricky in that situation.
Yeah. I would say I don't know. I have not been in this well, I guess I have, where I'm just like, should we make out? And then the person says yes or no. But that's also me. I feel that I'm like very direct in those circumstances, but also I wouldn't ever ask if I didn't think the answer was probably going to be yes. So
that's fair enough.
If I was speaking for myself, I wouldn't break the friendship barrier personally, because that's just not what I would be comfortable doing. I don't know. If it seems like the answer might be no, just don't. I don't know. Why go there?
If signs are pointing to it, Kyle, what are your thoughts on, I don't know, admitting a crush? Like I feel like this is like very tricky. I think it would
probably linger with you forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it also might be different with gay men, because a lot of my gay friends started as a date, or we were friends and we hooked up and then we're like, no, we'll be friends.
Right.
But it also is making me think of, again, I said I like Taylor Swift. So if you've listened to her latest album, she has a whole song about this called Ruin the Friendship.
Ooh.
Where
it's my favorite one in the album.
Goes, my advice is to always ruin the friendship better than regret it for all time.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, it's a sad one, because the person that she never told ended up dying, and she's always like, I should have just said it. But
whoa,
what's the point? If they say no, would they defriend you? I think if you have that strong of a bond, it shouldn't be a make or break, like, oh, I can't even see you anymore. I think we're adults. I mean, 18 is still young, but okay, I understand that. We can be friends. It's easy for me at this point to draw a line.
Yeah.
And that's never going to happen. I still value as a friendship, but now you know, at least.
That's an excellent
you'll
point,
probably see me fall in love with someone else eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because I didn't consider that. Like, because that made me just kind of reflect on how I saw that stuff back in the day versus now. Like, there's definitely people that it's been very obvious that like I have a crush on them now, but we're still friends and it doesn't matter. Cause like, it's like, I will also have a crush on somebody else next week because I'm an adult, and like this isn't my one love. Cause like, you grow up and you realize that's not how life works. But I think when you're younger, it is very like, I think in a lot of younger people's brain, not speaking for this person, maybe that's not the case, but like it's very make or break, where they think like, if, oh shit, I have a crush on this person, we either have to date or I can never talk to them again. Like, there's actually a lot of gray room that you can sit, or gray area you can sit in a friendship. It's actually totally fine. Like, there's plenty of my friends that I think are very attractive, that if the opportunity presented itself, yeah, probably. But also day to day, I just see him as a friend, because I'm like, well, that's not on the table, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So 3 different versions of advice, Lace. You can see which you align with most. What I would advise against is like having a friend, being curious, ruining the friendship, dating for like 3 to 6 years, and then never being friends again. That's sort of been my pattern, and I would advise against that.
I feel like at 3 to 6 years is a little bit past ruining the friendship. It's like just a long-standing romantic relationship.
Exactly. That turns into something else. Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is just a matter of like each case is their own. You know your situation with that. You know your situation better than anybody else in this regard. And I do think that all of these options are very viable. See which ones, I guess we're just laying the options out for you. See which one you think clicks best in your brain, I suppose, with how this is going. Because this is also a good, you're younger, and I think this is a good test of learning how to read the room. Because I think that's also something you have to learn as you get older, too. So maybe it's a learned lesson in a good way or a bad way. But find out on your own, like, are the signs obvious enough for me to pursue it? If I pursue it, am I mentally able to handle no and still be their friend? Mm-hmm. Like all this other stuff. There's a bunch of tests here that can actually help you grow a lot as a person.
It's true.
Anyway.
And that's also, I'm going
to be completely transparent. You're 19, right?
Yes, I believe so.
This is most likely not going to be the love of your life. So
18,
whatever happens,
and the friend
no
is
harm,
19.
no foul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No harm, no foul.
You're going to past it.
You'll find more.
Yeah. Okay. Final answer. My advice is fuck around and find out. That's basically what Blake just said. Gently, carefully, generously, kindly, consensually. Absolutely. But
and if you see this as a long-term friendship or a lifelong friendship, think of how it would be to keep that buried that long. Is that even doable? It's not healthy. It's probably going to bug you for a long time. So feel it out. You're eventually going to have to share, or you're going to wake up and just not like the person anymore, but that's not very likely. So it's already bugging you now. So that just might build.
Very good point.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, that was a great little way to finish words. That was a great way to finish that.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. If you have a depression meal or a question or a Q&A that you want to send to our way, you can do it either in the comments on YouTube or emailing us at keepmeyoungpod@gmail.com or via the DMs on our Instagram at keepmeyoungpod. Kyle, thank you so much for being here today. This was so much fun.
I'm so glad we got to know you.
I'm so glad you guys had me. What a fun show.
Yeah. We are excited to have interviewed you and been graced with your interview question. I feel like we're now better interviewers because of you.
Yes.
Following you now on Instagram, both of you.
Excellent. We will follow you right back.
Speaking of following, Kyle, where can everybody follow you?
Oh, great.
Instagram's probably the best. Just my name, Kyle Ridley _. And then I also have a website, which is my name, KyleRidley.com. And I try to cover the bases on YouTube and on TikTok as well. If you just search my name or The Tangle, the podcast, you'll find it.
Excellent.
Amazing. Well, this has been... Oh, sorry.
I was going to explain, if we can do this virtually with 3 people, we tend to end trying to sum up with words of wisdom, but we do that theater game where it's one word story where we each do it one at a time. So we will have to pick an order to go in, and then we'll just say one word at a time until we make a sentence, and they don't always make sense. And that's life.
Yeah. Even better.
So I'm just saying a word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how about I go first, and then Heather, you go second, and then Kyle, you go third,
Perfect.
and then we'll cycle.
Great.
Awesome. So we get the idea. So, this has been Keep Me Young. I am Blake.
And I'm Heather. And
that's
Kyle.
Yep. And we would just like to leave you with this parting advice. Life
doesn't.
You said doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
Revolve
around
your
past.
Ooh.
Actually, good advice. Okay, great. We did it.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a lot more meaningful than the recent ones have been. Gorgeous. All right.
Yeah. Think about that, y'all, which actually you should think about that because it's better than anything we've said.
Life doesn't revolve around your past. I'm going to be thinking about that the whole rest of the day.
Dear God. Yeah. Take that home.
Okay.
Awesome. Well,
thank you guys.
Bye.